I think felt sense is it may be great a great contribution of gender into the world than focusing, because focusing sort of suggests you've got to sit down and learn this thing. Focusing, felt
Mm.
sense is all over the place, and sometimes I want to challenge focusers' appreciation of the felt sense. That's one thing, because I think there's more to it than some people appreciate. One of the reason why it's such a brilliant concept is that it comes with a practice. The concept and the practice
Mhm.
are intertwined,
Mhm. Mhm.
which is maybe unusual for this sort of thing. And it um, enables us, helps us to understand in the inner world of the right hemisphere, which is also the inner world of what Freud and Jung call psyche,
Mhm.
well, and people before them, of course, because you know psyche comes from Greek. Uh, it, it's a very, very powerful concept, and I feel there's a lot to do with it, and I want to write a book about it.
Oh,
And I think there are avenues here for taking the appreciation of the felt sense and what we can do with it into all sorts of fields, way beyond where we've gone with focusing so far.
different applications of it.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what sort of applications do you immediately think of and are interested in?
Well, I think this is in the background for me all the time these days. Certainly working in a group context, working in an organizational context,
Uh-huh.
how we run the world, how they run the world,
Yeah.
because we live in a world that, as Ian McGilchrist says, is very left hemisphere biased at the moment.
Yeah.
Jean Janin would say it's very unit model driven.
Hmm.
And that is very, very problematic. I mean, it's so problematic. The human race is on course to pretty much destroy itself.
Hmm.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
just destroying our environment.
Yeah.
Um, and we don't have to do that. It doesn't need to be like this, but it is very challenging. And I think the situation we find ourselves in collectively is very, very challenging. I think the felt sense is, well, for me, it's potentially a really useful uh, organizing principle, if you like, which I feel I can do all kinds of things with it. And that's what I want to do. And let me give an example of that.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm, of course, as probably we all are, very exercised by what's happening in um, Israel and Gaza at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we know there are very, very tricky issues there if we start talking about it. Well, what I've been doing is going back to my felt sense to see what I want to say. And sometimes my felt sense says, just stay clear of it. Diversion, don't need to go there. Sometimes it says, say something about it. Because if I didn't, I feel I would be left with the feeling of having avoided it and sort of suppressed something that's difficult and uncomfortable,
Hmm.
but that is certainly part of my daily experience at the moment.
Yeah. That's something in your felt sense in order to remain sort of open to your own integrity, it requires some kind of an expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the felt sense, we need the felt sense. Anybody needs the felt sense to, for example, be able to say something in the world that would keep, well, not necessarily keep, but would stand a chance of keeping both Israelis and Palestinians on side. They could
Hmm.
live with it.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
That is very difficult to do, but is possible from a felt sense. place.